open with a recap of the last 2 episodes. There was so much that happened that one is needed. However, even more has happened in this episode that we must talk about. But before we continue, we must warn you that there are spoilers all throughout this video. So if you aren't ready for this recap and review, well, you've been warned. Obi-Wan seems to still be haunted by his past as we hear Anakin's words flow through his head.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Darth Vader's main focus has become hunting Obi-Wan. This is apparent when he disregards the death of the Grand Inquisitor when the third sister informed him. It seems that nothing can deter him from his purpose, not building an empire and certainly not the death of his followers. Episode 3 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series gives the fans what they have been waiting for. The return of Vader fills us with excitement as he's reunited with his former master for the first time in 10 years and displays the brutality that comes with his legend. It's a fantastic sequence that follows an uneven beginning to the chapter, as well as filling watchers with interest into what happens next. It's easy to draw comparisons with The Mandalorian, with it being another Star Wars show about a veteran warrior escorting a child to safety. However, the show also presents itself with so much more than that. We get a small spoken example about how the Force feels in the beginning of the episode, and it was definitely noteworthy. Although we won't be able to experience the Force for ourselves, it's interesting to get an insight on how the Force feels. The contrast between our hero Kenobi and Princess Leia is made apparent when they make their way off the ship and to the checkpoint that Haja told them about in episode 2. Obi-Wan still is having trouble trusting Haja, while a naive Leia asks why Haja would lie. His trust issues definitely seem from his past, and he may have had Anakin in mind when he responds to Leia by telling her that
people are not all good, Leia.
We see that he's still trying to come to terms with the way that Anakin turned on him and the Jedi. Someone so close, falling so far, and now only to be told that he's still alive. On the planet Mapuzo, Kenobi appears to be zoned out for a moment and sees Anakin. It wasn't long before Leia snaps him out of his trance. One might say he saw a Force ghost, but reinforcing the Force ghosts we've seen before, be that animated or live action, there is no blue glow to them. This could have very well been a form of hallucination. We'd like to see what you think in the comments below. Seeing Reva, the third sister, being respected by the lower ranks is interesting. This scene alone gives us the sense of power that has gone to her head. Thousands of the Empire soldiers standing and saluting you because you are more important than they are. However, she is still the lowest rank of the Inquisitors. At the Inquisitors meeting, the Grand Inquisitor is noticeably absent, and his empty chair is the focus of Reva and the Fifth Brother's fiery exchange. The implication, again, is that the Grand Inquisitor is truly gone. Unlike other groups in different forms of fiction, from the League of Villains, My Hero Academia, the Upper Moons, Demon Slayer, and even the Suicide Squad, all would have some form of care if a fellow member were to pass away. This shows just how cutthroat things are. No one seems to have little to any care or respect for each other. It is also important to mention that Inquisitors used to once be on the light side of the Force, and most were Jedi. So the theory of the little girl from the first episode now being third sister starts to feel a little more grounded. They know how to keep us anxiety pumped while tensions get higher as stormtroopers enter the back of the vehicle Obi-Wan and Leia are traveling in. The pair try hard not to blow their cover as they use fake names to conceal their identity. This feels like something taken out of a spy movie, and the different ways they blend storytelling scenes is just wonderful. Kenobi is great at a lot of things, and you can now add improv to that list as well. This scene does raise a question though. Did the stormtroopers not know what the wanted Jedi even looked like? Perhaps this is just another example of how unintelligent the stormtroopers are. Another thing we can point out is that the Jedi aren't supposed to lie, but this is a rule that is commonly broken by many throughout the show. George Lucas's acknowledged Jedi, Sith, and other Force concepts have been inspired by many sources. These include Samurai's Bushido, Shaolin monks, Hindu mythology, knights, and Buddhism. Some of these religions require you to move into the temple and leave your family behind at a young age. Obi-Wan's family and planet of origin have been one of the biggest mysteries of the Star Wars franchise. However, Obi-Wan shares a few insights about his life before joining Jedi orders with Leia when they traveled on the transport. Obi-Wan mentions having a brother and wishes that he remembered more. However, he considers the Jedi Order to be his true family. Obi-Wan's brother was at one point a discrepancy within the Star Wars canon. In the original novelization for Return of the Jedi, released in 1983, Obi-Wan mentions that his brother is Owen Lars. This is even referenced in the young adult novel Jedi Apprentice: The Hidden Past, which is now considered non-canon. This Obi-Wan is also a far cry from the one who calls blasters uncivilized. His casual willingness to use a gun for dirty tricks also shows how far he's fallen from Jedi pride. When Obi-Wan, Leia, and their new ally Tala travel through a secret underground passage, Obi-Wan learns that a secret network of rebels has been helping him to smuggle Jedi and children to safety in the new age of Order 66. When looking at the writing that lines the halls, Obi-Wan notices the writing. Quinlan was here. Quinlan Vos is a Jedi ally of Obi-Wan's within both the expanded universe and the Clone Wars. Vos first appeared in the Star Wars Republic comic book series from Dark Horse Publishing. Vos had struggled with his dark side, and as a result, often fell under the influence of the Sith. The best part about this episode has to be when Darth Vader is on the planet and Obi-Wan felt it. It's very interesting and can be compared to having a sixth sense that lets you know there is danger nearby. However, this time Obi-Wan seemed even more worried. It is as though both Obi-Wan and Darth Vader can feel it. A disturbance in the Force. Obi-Wan is later seen running away, but is cut off by Darth Vader. Thinking one step ahead of him, yet Kenobi runs away again. We see Obi-Wan draw his lightsaber for the first time when he hears Vader tell him he cannot run from him.
Cannot run, Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan's characterization comes through deftly in this episode, shown in actions as much or more so than his words. He's focused on running and hiding, even when confronted with his old friend turned rival. He's running away from his problem that is facing right in front of him. Anakin Skywalker, who is now Darth Vader. During their fight, Darth Vader says,
You should have killed me when you had the chance.
Which gives off the same energy as,
You should have gone for the head.
Though it wouldn't be far off that Marvel was referenced due to Disney owning both universes. There is symbolism in the final moments of Darth Vader's fight against Obi-Wan. Darth Vader appears to want him to feel the same pain that he endured on the fire banks of Mustafar as he forces Obi-Wan into the flames. Obi-Wan's pain has only just begun, but it won't continue, for the fake Imperial officer Lady Tala comes just in time to save him. While the fight we've been waiting for is taking place, the third sister found the secret tunnel that was used to take Leia to safety, showing that she may not have full trust in Vader, or maybe she simply was going an extra mile to please him. An unwanted and unexpected surprise awaits Leia as she reaches the end of the tunnel. She does not encounter the person she was supposed to meet, but instead is ambushed by the third sister. It appears that she has plans in place of her own. Someone whose tactics are dirty but effective, we wonder what she is determined to accomplish by taking the young princess.